Let's go on to some more comic book stuff, man. We got to talk about Spider-Man Brand New Day is added the Bear star Liza Colón-Zayas. And there's rumored of Zendaya's return as MJ. It's Josh Wilding of Comic Book Movie. Deadline has confirmed that the Bear star Liza Colón-Zayas is the latest addition to the cast of Spider-Man Brand New Day. While the deal has closed, there's no word on who the actor will play. There's been some chatter about the movie featuring a female villain, but we can only speculate that on her role for the time being. She won an Emmy for her role as Tina Morero in The Bear and became the first Latina to earn an award in the Best Supporting Actress in a Comedy category. She also received nominations at Critics' Choice Awards, SAG Awards, and the Golden Globes. Other credits include If, Cat Person, In Treatment, and David Makes Man. She's also well known for her work on stage. Now she joins the cast, including Tom Holland as Peter Parker Spider-Man, and Stranger Things star Sadie Sink, Jacob Batalon, and Zendaya are expected to return as Ned and MJ, respectively. On that note, My Time to Shine Hello brings word that as of the latest draft, Zendaya is in Spider-Man 4, but her role is more in line with the size of her part in Homecoming. It's not overly surprising, particularly as Peter Parker will likely have a new friendship group as a college student. Remember, MJ and Ned are planning to set off to MIT in Boston. We'd also bet on Marvel Studios making us wait for Spidey's loved ones to remember who he is. Last December, Spider-Man franchise producer Amy Pascal hyped up the Web Slingers X Solo Adventure. We're starting shooting the next Spider-Man movie with Destin Daniel Cretton. He's a wonderful director. I love Just Mercy. I love Short Term 12. I love Shang-Chi. I think he did a wonderful job. When it was suggested that Spider-Man No Way Home felt like the perfect send-off for the hero, Pascal responded, well, we have to deal with the fact that he was going to give up being Peter Parker. And he was going to focus on being Spider-Man because Peter Parker was too hard, the veteran producer teased. That's what the movie is about. I read it 3 weeks ago, and it really lit a fire in me, Holland revealed late last year. Zendaya and I sat down and read it together. We've heard this quote a bunch of times. Set to come out July 31st in 2026. Yes. Okay. So, Coy, I'm going to be real with you. I saw one of our colleagues put out a tweet that actually made a shit ton of sense, and I actually think I know who she might be playing. This might be a stretch, but it's very possible that we're setting some stuff up here. So, Ms. Colón-Zayas is apparently Puerto Rican. So it's leading me to believe that we may actually be looking at Mrs. Morales. And we're setting up, potentially introducing Miles, if not in this movie or at the end of this movie, setting up that family even more so. Who knows if we end up seeing Donald Glover again secretly, if that's the case, things like that. I think that would be kind of a pretty automatic look at that. Now, obviously, you can change things how you want. It is what it is. But I feel like that would be a good fit, especially potentially if Miles is going to be in the long run here, knowing that this is taking place in between Doomsday and Secret Wars. So we're probably going to get introduced to a decent number of characters and things go. I don't hate that idea. I mean, what do you think? Do you think that she might be cast in that direction? Or do you think it's going somewhere else?
I told you guys I've been really focusing in on health. I've been trying to make sure that I'm eating the right stuff. And Factor has made that very simple for me. You got to make it your best season yet with nutritious 2-minute meals from Factor. Because eating well has never been this easy. You just heat up, you enjoy, giving you more time to do what you want. Get outside instead of prepping and cooking indoors. Factor meals arrive fresh and they're ready to eat. They're perfect for any active lifestyle. Factor powers your day with satisfying breakfast, on-the-go lunches, premium dinners, and guilt-free snacks and desserts. It is easy to savor more this spring. Factor meals pack in the flavor with none of the fuss. I have been loving what Factor has been providing to me. Like I told you, I have my live show. I go to the gym. I come back. I have something great. They have protein meals. They have a lot of different things. It just goes right to the style that you're looking for. Because if you want to get healthy stuff on the go, feeling good, you get Factor. And you can get started at factormeals.com/Christian50off and use that code Christian50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code Christian50off at factormeals.com/Christian50off for 50% off plus free shipping.
I would not cast as talented an actress without it being an important role. She's so good, and she's on such a hot streak right now with the Bear. It's not like, you know, she did a giant show 10 years ago. She's on the biggest show, and she's incredible on it. I'd love that, to be honest. I think it's almost inevitable we get Miles in Secret Wars. I think we need some big pops that aren't known or announced. And I think Secret Wars allows for some universe folding. And I think that would allow for a really cool mentorship, Tom Holland, Miles Morales relationship. I think it'd be awesome to see the parents as like important roles, because that's one of the unique things about Miles compared to the average hero that lost their parents in an alleyway or in a freak accident. You know, Miles has parents, so it'd be cool to have them established and you know, be part of the world. So I love that idea. That's fantastic.
I honestly think that would, like, I the minute I saw Roka, because I saw the report and I was just like, okay. And I was like, she's fantastic. I'm excited to see her in the MCU. That's great. But I was just like, I didn't even remotely try and guess what's going on with Spider-Man, because we've kind of had stuff bouncing all over the place. I said, fine. And then I saw Roka tweet that and I said, whoa.
Suddenly.
That I was like, whoa. That actually is fantastic casting, and I would love to see that happen. But you know, if you are going to put her as a villain or something like that, that's fine too. I don't hate it. I was in love with the supposed rumor of they were bringing in Mr. Negative. If you were going to do that, I think that would have been awesome. But if you have a good role for her as a villain, that's fine. Who do you think she could play as a villain potentially? Because you obviously know Spider-Man better than anybody I know. So
no, I appreciate it. I see her so warm. Like, it's really funny. Like, I'm really like, she could be
yeah, but like, you remember every time she would talk to him at the start of it, she was an ass. Like, she can play an ass too.
She totally can, but there's an undercurrent of warmth that is like, him being an ass is why he deserved it. Like, there's just such a niceness. I could see her as like the leader of the Magia crime family.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Because like, I see her as not in a suit. I see her as like in a controlled like neighborhood environment, like actually running stuff. You know, like doing stuff street level. I don't know. I'm gonna think about that while we do the next story, because there are inevitably answers, but like, she's so specific that I feel like there's someone right in front of me.
That's missing. You're missing. Yeah, no, I hear you, man. I totally hear you. But what do you think again about so far the idea that I guess Zendaya and Jacob are coming back? It's not really any reports per se. It probably does sound like they're going to get highly nerfed as far as their screen time, like which I would personally prefer. I don't necessarily want to have him.
Just
both of them
consequences of the last movie.
Exactly. You would essentially say, that was the last one. We're back, baby. Just because there's
Spider-Man is done. Like, I would say, sorry, I didn't interrupt. I was agreeing with you. I think that Spider-Man, more than any other of the trilogies, at the end of Spider-Man 1, Aunt May reveal, don't really have consequences. End of Spider-Man 2, he's going to be hunted, probably use Kraven, not really have any consequence. So, like, the consequence of people knowing his identity obviously leads to No Way Home, but there's never, it goes back to school. Like, there's not the hunt that I think they were setting up. So I'm hoping they don't do that between 3 and 4, like it felt like they did between 1 and 2 and 2 and 3.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. Let us know what you think about the casting, y'all, and where you are falling in that territory. We would love to hear what you have to say.